Hey guys, Bob Ferngren back with another 8-minute call. So, what do you want? What do you really want in life? You know, most people don't know what they want in life. So, how do we figure that out? Well, one of my mentors in life is a guy by the name of Ron Reynolds. Very, very successful guy. Worked directly with and for Jim Rome. So, you know the kind of stuff he spills out of his mouth. But he talked about this figuring out what you want thing. Just get out a legal pad and start writing. Start writing every single thing that you want. Write it out. It's okay. This isn't. Don't think about what others would think. Don't think about how your parents screwed you up. Don't think about anything. What do I want? What do I want? And be specific. You can say I want a new house, but you could end up getting a shack. Be specific. This house that I am always doing these videos at is my house, and I can tell you there is every detail matches what I wrote down on a list long before I even saw this house. I didn't even know this neighborhood nor this lake existed, yet I lived only a mile away from here. Every single detail about the house, every single detail I had written out. So I knew exactly what I wanted. Exactly. This dock that I'm standing on cost close to $80,000 to build. Interestingly, we just haven't gotten around to being boat people, but it's great to have a dock because we like sitting out here when it's cooler and all that. So before the dock was built, I wrote out everything I wanted, right? And then we started doing the bids. The majority of people who build these type of docks told us it couldn't be done. The neighbors told us it couldn't be done. You wouldn't be permitted to do it. You see, I wrote it out and I was specific, and I looked at it every day. I knew my goals. I was specific about what I wanted. Now, these are big things, right? Big things. From a health standpoint, I actually speak out what I want in my health. I literally, it's on paper, I've written out all these goals for my specific health, but I write it out. And I look at it and I talk about it and I speak it out in my gratitude time, right? Listen, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to tell you I'm perfect. Remember, I've made every single mistake that can be made. Maybe I've invented some new mistakes. I've sinned. I'm fallen short. I'm not a great guy. Thank God for Jesus Christ. But I've learned, right? And most of my learning, guys, is school of hard knocks. I tried to outwork everything. But when I realized, like things like, if all of our battles are spiritual, isn't everything spiritual? So, okay, you got to do the hard work, the physical part, the being a human part. But you also have to fix your brain. You have to right your brain. You have to target your brain. The interesting thing about your brain, you can do all the studies you want about the secret, the reticular activating system device that's in your brain. You can do all of that you want. You can come to the same conclusions I do, that more of this is your mind and your emotions than the physical. Most of you can do the physical labor that you've chosen to do to either just pay your bills or live a way above average life. You can do it. And to excel at it, you have to have a great attitude. Well, that's mental and emotional, right? To excel at it, you have to have belief, right? That's not a physical thing. Belief is just, it's like a spiritual thing to me. You have to have faith. You have to believe that things are going to be, even though you can't see them yet, right? Is any of that stuff physical? No. Just like that spiritual warfare thing, the good things are mostly spiritual too. Your belief, your focus, your energy. You can't put okay, increase your energy by X amount. Well, maybe that helps somewhat. But when you start mastering the skills of your mind and your emotions, when you become the person who determines what your brain's going to think, instead of just data points coming in and you get blown around like you're in some crazy carnival ride all the time, you tell your brain what to think. You tell your brain how it's going to be. You tell your brain what you're going to earn. You tell your brain doesn't know any different. It only takes the information it's given and processes it. Now, if you're not feeding your brain's main job is to keep you alive, right? It's not focused on, this great trip to Bora Bora you want. Your brain is like, I got to keep you alive, so I got to keep you away from risk. I got to keep you away from your feelings getting hurt. I got to keep you from getting sick. Your brain's got it's got safety valves. But if you start telling your brain, yes, I want you to keep me safe, but I'm going to Bora Bora, your brain will start believing you after a little while. I'm going to earn $100,000 a month. Your brain will believe you. It wasn't too long ago that I had started a business, and like a lot of businesses, tough to get going. And so, and I was in dire straits, right? So I'd already started telling myself what I'm about ready to tell you, but then I started telling everyone. When I was earning $5,000 a month in that business, I started telling everyone I was going to be earning $10,000 a month. And then when I was earning $10,000 a month, I started telling everyone I was going to be earning $25,000 a month. And when I was earning $25,000 a month, I started telling everyone I was going to earn $50,000 a month. And when I was earning $50,000 a month, I started telling everyone I was going to earn $100,000 a month. And when I was earning $100,000 a month, I started telling everyone I was going to earn $200,000 a month. And I did. I am not bragging. Of course I did the work. Of course I built the relationships. But 90% of what I accomplished was learning and mastering the skills of controlling my mind and controlling my emotions. Things like belief. Things like seeing things before they are. When you speak 100,000, I'm earning 1,000, 100,000, I'm earning 200,000. I didn't know how that was going to happen. I just knew it was because I choose to believe that. Now, if I put a bunch of doubts in my mind, what is the outcome going to be? Doubt. Your brain only knows what you tell it. So I spend a lot of time on the areas that are unseen. Belief and faith and increasing energy and gratitude. Again, I'm not bragging. But today alone, I have spoken out loud over 100 things I'm grateful for. 100 things. Here's some things I'm grateful for. I am so grateful for air conditioning because of where I live. But not just that, I'm just grateful. Thank you. We got our ductwork redone a couple years ago. And wow, our air conditioning. Almost every day I'm grateful for my ductwork because I've seen and felt like, wow, this air conditioning's off. I'm actually grateful for the electricity coming in our house. Think about if your electricity gets cut off. I'm grateful for the plumbing in our house. I remember how humans, you think that's silly, right? Okay. But I am living an above average life and lifestyle because I'm grateful for what I have. And when new things come along that enhance that, I'm grateful for that too. So see how that stuff isn't physical? Oh, I'm hard work. But if I was telling myself, well, I don't deserve this, am I going to get it? If I was telling myself, well, only rich people get rich, would I become rich? If I was telling myself that it's a bad idea to be into capitalism, you know what I mean? You see how you control yourself? I've recently watched a bunch of stuff of people who believe in socialism, and all their talk is negative. And I look at them. They're in poverty. They can't keep jobs. They have tattoos on their face. This is not me about judging. I don't want to judge anybody, but they've self-talked themselves into a lifestyle that has failed every single time. Every single time. Are there things wrong with capitalism? Of course. But that is not the reason that there's problems. Without wealth creation and without people having the opportunity to get ahead and without success and all that, what about jobs and what about living a free life? That's a whole nother tangent. Sorry I got off on the political stuff there. But my point is, just a bunch of these videos have been in front of me lately about listening to people because I don't understand why someone would be in. It's what they're telling themselves and who they've surrounded themselves with and the books they've read and the things they've seen. And so their lives don't look good at all. Don't let, and I'm telling you, people who don't even believe in socialism can have a life like that by what they're telling themselves. Tell yourself the truth. You deserve it. You're worth it. You're worthy. And be grateful.